We live?
Yeah, what's up, baby?
All right.
You hear
Yeah,
me?
we in here.
I just want to make sure. I hope we started on time because I know people looking for your page.
Yeah,
Is everybody there?
posted it in the chat.
You see anybody in the chat? I don't see. Let me see.
I got the
All right,
link.
they here.
If on the way. You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain. All right. We're gonna wait until they get in here.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they did you. I put on the community tab, and I also put it on. Um, yeah, I see people's gonna start coming in. You see the numbers so far. And let's see.
We gonna wait.
Well, we in here. What's up though? How you been? Thanks for coming to the show. Appreciate you. Shout out to On the Block with Jen.
10
Let's
here.
get them in there.
Come on in,
Um,
Jay. The, the link is pinned to the top.
I think it's pinned to. Oh, you putting two of them in or just one?
I pinned the link to the top of the chat.
Okay, perfect. Shout out to Queen Ebony. What's up? What's up? Everybody, invite everybody in.
I'll give y'all a minute. Knowledge and relationships. Shout out, yo. Kid, yo, what's going on, baby? Good topic tonight. Great topic ahead. Your worst nightmare is everything you dreamed of, actually.
Mm,
That's the truth. But we wanted to talk about this multiple woman question.
we
This
definitely gotta check.
one
One, two,
woman.
three, kid. What's up, baby? Let's get everybody in the room. Let's start sharing. Can they see me? Okay, they can see me.
Yeah.
They can't see me. Can they see me? Can you see me?
No, yeah, I can see you now. He was gone.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. You can't stop the rain.
Daryl left.
He said, "Oh, Jan said, what's the discussion? You check the. It's on a
Your
flyer. Or we gonna continue the other thing.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
gonna address that first, but the
yeah, we
flyer,
could just
look at the flyer.
shout out to Chris. What's up, Chris? Let's get everybody in the room.
Your
Yeah.
worst nightmare is actually everything you dreamed of.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. What does that
Your
mean?
worst nightmares is everything you dreamed of. People don't want to handle it. People can't handle the perfection that they want. They can't. People say they want it, but they don't really. They really can't handle it. People want fame, but they can't handle what comes with it. People want money, but they don't know how to put in the work. So
I think people just talking, and
chat mouth.
what I mean by that, like they don't know what they want. So
They don't know what they want.
they draw this big fantasy up on the wall about what they want, but what they passing on is actually everything that's been formed, and it should be everything
Hmm.
that you should have been dreaming about.
Right.
And when you leave the analogy in there with the fantasy idea of what you think you want, you come to the conclusion that what you would consider the thing that you would fear the most would be considered your worst nightmare. Really, in
Mm.
actuality, it's actually everything that you should have been dreaming of,
Right.
or you did and just didn't choose.
Right.
I want to reference this book that I read. It's called "What Every Man Wants in a Woman,"
Hmm.
and it's a double-sided book. And the opposing side said what every woman wants in a man. And this pastor, and he also counseled couples for marriage for years. And we just using the data that's available to us. Not saying we have to follow these guys, but if they
Hmm.
got over 20 years or 30 years experience in something, they got something to say. So,
Get one
and it's
community
funny.
up here. My bad. Get him up here if you can. Come up here, one community.
Come on in. It's funny how he wrote one side about what men want in a woman based on his counseling, and then he let his wife, who did the counseling with him, write what every woman wants in a man in
Hmm.
her sessions throughout the years. And he lists these 10 things that men want, and then he got right to his passage. But when she wrote her side, she had to list what women wanted in age groups 18, 20, 25, 30, 30, and it went all the way to 85. And the list just kept changing. And it's like they're painting these pictures of things that they want, and then they don't get them. And so they repaint it to something else, and then they don't get that. And this is their fantasy. But in actuality, what they've been passing on is what they've been fearing the most, which would be considered their worst nightmares.
Right.
And it's really everything that you really needed. And you see a lot of women that didn't get what they wanted over time out of life that look back on their life and say, man, I wish I didn't pass on that opportunity. I looked over him for the wrong reasons when he's actually everything I needed. Looking back on it.
Right.
The man of your dreams is already gone. You passed on the man of your dreams.
Do you feel like most women miss out on the man of their dreams?
I think in today's world, the numbers support that because they're not happy and they're passing on things that they don't really know what they want until later. And they figure out what they actually wanted was the worst thing for them. Really passed on the perfect guy for them years ago. And they look back on that. You know, like this thing I was talking about earlier about guys and girls, that sister thing, like only guys can be friends with women, but I think girls can definitely compartmentalize their relationship with you and they can keep it friendship like, but I think the guy always want the sex.
I think that's true. I agree with you.
When a woman already in her mind put you in like you my brother, there's no way she could ever switch that to like you're my desire that I want sexually. She can't never go to that. She already put you there. And you see these situations where the women they may get drunk one night because they in between relationships and they try to hit on their friend. And they give them one night, and if it go good, it do. But really, that she didn't really want that. She just got drunk and just needed something. And if he embarrasses her, he'll never get another shot. But she'll look back on that and be like, she'll watch his life go on, and she'll see him be happy and be like, man, I could have had a chance with him, but I messed it up. Right. You know, I really looked at him as like not what I needed, and he's actually everything I needed.
Right.
One community, what's going on?
What's going on, one community?
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Yo, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the whole being accountable to only one woman? Do you think men are capable of being accountable to more than one woman? I mean, we try, right? But I don't know if it's financially or physically possible or emotionally possible.
Yeah, man. I think it takes a certain kind of a guy. And it take, sometimes certain kind of women that's going to deal with that too as well. But, a lot of people feel like, especially us as black men, they say like, black men supposed to be polygamous. We come from like African traditions, things like that. And you know what I'm saying? I think it's to everybody that can sustain it. I kind of look at it in an aspect like how my father had 13 kids. And, you got all these kids. Can you really be there for all of them? Not just financially, because maybe he could, and maybe he didn't do that, or maybe he did, right? So it's not just financial. Like, can you be there for all of these children, like emotionally too? Because everybody got their own egos. Everybody got their own, you know what I mean? So can you be, you know what I'm saying? Each person, you know what I mean? Do you have that within yourself? Do you have that kind of balance within yourself to be able to balance all of these personalities, all of these egos, and be balanced and keep harmony?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times we do that to cover up just living like the lifestyles that we live sometimes, you know what I mean? With the multiple women.
Okay. So I'm looking at it like this, like definitely what you're saying is what we want to preach and teach, and we want the idea of family being together and that kid being raised with two parents and they both get the benefits of this. Like we want this, but in actuality, like the billions of people that's on this planet, the planet wouldn't be as populated if there weren't a lot of Rolling Stones out here. Like there's a select few of guys that has populated this earth. Like out of 5 homeboys I bring to my house, one of them may have 12 kids, another one may have 2, and then the rest don't have none.
Yeah.
But we live in this world where it's already proven, I mean, it's documented that most great men presided over multiple homes in multiple villages. Like throughout history, this is what it's been. And in modern times, we are able to see this manifest at the funerals when we met our extended family members that our grandfathers had all over the town. Certain men of certain character and charisma and mental ability preside over the minds of multiple women because there aren't a lot of viable options for women that want a certain type of man to be pleased.
But people though, right?
There are
So
certain
take that
guys.
same analogy. Let's take that
Like
same
there are
analogy.
more wombs on this planet than there are penises, so that we can populate this thing. That's why there's more women on this planet biologically and by creation. That's why that exists for men to populate this planet with multiple wombs on it. So you can have one guy that's got 3 kids being procreated at one time. This exists. This is why we got to where we are today. So we could say that, but what's happening is exactly that. When you talk about a woman that needs that mental stimulation from, there's only but so few men that can even do that. That can sustain a woman for a longevity or a long period of time with the type of outcomes they want. When women settle for lesser men, they cheat on those men. So it makes more sense for a woman to get everything she wants. And the way my life is set up, as long each girl that I have in my life has always been different. None of them been alike in any way. But when I know what that woman needs from me before she know, she's getting everything she need out of me, and she's not worried about what I'm doing with the next woman to satisfy what she needs.
Right.
Anything they build a bond on how this man that they share his appreciation for, and it becomes like a sisterhood thing, you know.
One me, what you was gonna say to that?
What normally is natural instinctually that happens until we get into this new modern world that we live in this first world country where they shit on that idea.
Right. What you was gonna say to that, one community?
In that same aspect, right? I'll say like, look, right? But we're not animals though. Human beings. Right? So you're not gonna go around just dropping kids and doing all this coney shit. That's not it, right? Because we can sustain it, not shouldn't. This is what you're not supposed to be doing.
But
right?
it's happening. It's happening.
But people are not looking at themselves as animals because nobody's been doing that.
That's okay? A fact.
So let's look at lions because everybody run around Ja, King, and all of that. So let's take lions then. That's a good animal to pick because I could pick many animals because I know many animals, right? So let's pick a lion. Let's think of the rogue lion. The rogue lion is looking for a pride, okay? He runs around and might be doing what he's doing, right? But what happens to those seeds that he miscellaneously has? Let's think about that. But he's really trying to find his own pride, his own home, and what he's trying to do. And if he don't, guess what happens to him? Guess what happens to him if he does not find a pride and he doesn't find a home?
He dies, right?
That's it, man. That's it. We don't get too far from nature and understand that. We got to understand what our nature is, man. Is our nature human or is our nature animalistic? And that's period.
I think in some regards it is animalistic, instinctually. Yeah, I'm not saying that this is what we're going to preach. I just want to acknowledge that it exists.
It does exist.
What it do? What it do?
What it do, baby?
It does.
That Mike's working.
It does populate the earth as well. You're right.
Y'all got a good back and forth, healthy debate in regards to how we move with the ladies and families. We moving animalistic, and we're not moving like humans, right? So I'm trying to get clarity. So if you move as a polygamist, which is more natural, is that animalistic? But if you move as a monogamous, that's more human and divine.
I think they both can be human.
Mm-hmm.
I think your mentality could be animalistic. You can abuse what you have. You can be abusing the situation. A lot of people want to be polygamous to live the Hugh Hef, no side of Hef, because you got the Hugh Hef going on right now. But everybody want to live, you know what I'm saying? That. So some people not just doing it because they want to bring something, they want to have children, bring a family, have a family unit, the women all raising the children. It's in unison. This is harmony. It's like a village raising everybody. It's all love in here. They got love for each other. They don't have to be with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the concept. You know what I mean? Like
And
really.
so that's why
it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
I think it's how you do it. It's more how you do it. That's why in polygamy, a lot of times in the polygamous relationship, a lot of times the women had a lot of say-so in how things went, okay, different things. A lot of times you had to get the other house for the other woman and a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Because this is coming from a certain culture. It's not like we created this thing here. And this how these certain kind of things kind of went. Everybody kind of takes it and just runs with their own concept. Maybe thinking, yo, I could get a whole bunch of women and just run with that just because they could get women. You know what I mean? But can you sustain the women? Can you still lift them up? Can you keep them emotionally fulfilled? You know what I mean? Physically fulfilled as well. You know what I'm saying? You got these women, you got to keep them physically fulfilled as well. You know what I'm saying? Physically, emotionally, mentally, you know what I mean? Verbally talking.
But how do you keep four women? How do you keep 4 women sexually satisfied? Because I speak with women, but to keep 4 women consistently sexually satisfied and still get time to get to that mugga, that money, how?
See, here's the thing. Like when I said that, like all the women, they are not alike in any way or in need from what they desire from you. You know, there's a particular girl in my life that's been with me over a year, and I never slept with her. It ain't about that. Like, but what she needs from me, she tells me in the city that she's in, there ain't nobody like you out here. Nobody satisfies me here the way you do. And I've met many men since I've been out here.
Right.
And there's nobody like you.
Can I ask you a question?
When you giving that person what she requires from the deal that y'all have together, from what she needs from you, it ain't always a physical thing.
Can I ask you a question?
And a lot of guys can, like I said earlier, you can knock them all day, but can you keep them? Can you sustain them? How do you sustain a woman if you're not having mental residence up here in her mind? I'm talking about you got to have a pillow and the covers up there, get comfortable, man.
Right.
Because once again, I don't want to preach this for everybody to do, because this is something that most men cannot do.
Yeah.
You're doing what most men aren't capable of doing anyway. But some women, that's a humongous responsibility. Like you said, this isn't an animalistic thing. There's a great responsibility that comes with maintaining the minds of multiple women, because you're in total control. They have relinquished everything that's important to them, which is their emotions. Fuck everything else. They've let go of what's internally been a bondage to them, and they've relinquished that to you. And I have a responsibility to turn her into a phenomenal woman in spite of that. Or else, why the fuck are you with me if I'm not making it better?
What's the question? What you will say, one community?
Yeah, you see, I agree, because I have those kind of relationships with women too as well. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just platonic and it's real. You know what I'm saying? And we can have that, right? But in the same breath, could you see yourself being with that person? Could you see yourself having sex with that person? Have y'all spoken on things like that?
Yeah. She's a woman that we talk about having a child together at some point.
Okay.
Have my next child. You know, just the value of us coming together for what's really important. When you're talking about choosing a womb and procreating and building and putting something together that's beautiful. You know, I want to do it right the next time. I definitely want another child, but it's going to be with the right situation. And then to answer that question also, I have to be real with myself. When I'm no longer adding value, then I don't need to be in this. You know? So I got to constantly program myself every day involuntarily and learn something new about what I didn't know the day before, so I can have the answers for things that I don't even know I'm going to need the answers to in the future. I got to be uncommon at all times and often experience and be ready.
Right.
And the only way to do is to feel yourself, and I got to keep growing. If I don't continue to grow, then I'm no good. You find a lot of times that women get with a guy that she sees as more intelligent than she is, and over the course of 6 months, she realized she's smarter than him. And she gone. You ain't going to be able to sustain that if you can't sustain her up here. Because like I said, how you get her is how you going to have to keep her. And if you get her with flashing things and shit like that, you got to keep that up to keep her attention. Forever. But if you make something up here with the woman off the rip, it don't matter what you got. This is how I'm going to sustain you because I got you here first.
Yo, have
What?
let me ask you a
Thing too,
question. Where's
relationships,
where's
that's most
where's
important.
somewhat? Where's somewhat at?
She at work.
All right.
Yeah, I tried to get her tonight. She told me her next off day Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. So we gotta check. Make sure she come on Wednesday.
You know,
Somewhat.
Wednesday. That was funny.
Yeah. But it's some good points, man. As I
That's
said, I just want to know. I really want to know, like, is it possible to physically, financially, and mentally satisfy four women at a time without them living together? Because, like, yeah, I mess with different girls, but we don't live together, right? They could do what they want to do, right? It's easy to manage girls like that. It's like multi dating, but to have full fledged relationship with four girls, how do you sustain that and
see.
still get to that money? Because y'all still look good, y'all look fly, so y'all getting money. So how do you sustain that?
See, I'm more personal. I'm not as expert in that as Hef would be. Like I'm more of like everybody got their own house, And
Okay,
I've had it where it's multiple girls at one time, but they had to like each other in a way. They had their own personal relationship that made that work. Like it wasn't like, look, y'all both like me and y'all gotta. No, they had their own shit. They liked each other, So and that's why that worked because they liked one another. So that's for to be in the one house. Like Hef he's one of the masters of that. I'd have to call him as an expert on that. Hef have four in one bed, and they all got to get along.
You silly. I
so
mean, the easy answer is that they dating each other. If they all dating each other and they into each other, then you got something there. If they all individually have a relationship with you, you got a problem on your hands. Inevitably, shit go hit the fan, and you gonna have to be an expert shit sorter.
so I've been going wrong. I've been trying to get them to date me individually.
Yeah, I mean, not if they under one roof, you know what I'm saying? What he's saying now, like dating women in different households, that's all cool. Ain't nobody got to like each other then. You can divvy up the time in a way that makes sense to keep everybody happy. But on the strength of I'm just King Almighty, and y'all go bow down and worship my shit. You
Right.
a cold piece. That
Let me
right
ask you.
that that
Let me
that
ask you.
right there is a different
Let,
level of mental work.
let me ask you a question. Do you think because you have y'all date multiple women, or three of y'all, right? Do you think it shows a lack of a lack of respect?
No, man, you gotta understand, man. These girls she'll come from Austin for her birthday, and like and buy us like it ain't like that. They love each other as long as each one's getting what they need.
Hmm.
One don't want to feel slighted by the next, not getting the attention or they need different things. You got to be attentive to what she wants. And if
Right.
you're giving her what she wants, man, she's not going to be jealous of that because she's already accepted the fact that from the beginning, there's no lie. This is what it's going to be.
Right.
It wasn't no surprise.
You think y'all could? You think y'all able to pull this off because not enough men like y'all?
Definitely, like there's more women than men on the planet, so you're gonna have a lot of women in need of a certain type of man. And if the numbers just say that ain't enough of us, then yeah.
And me personally, it's more so about putting yourself out there in the right type of way to find the right type of people. Because there's been women I've approached and tried to have some with, and there's just no way that my lifestyle can mold and meld with theirs, and we have some type of conformity. Like it takes some like-mindedness to pursue anything. And I've never tried to align myself with polygamy because I feel like it's gonna be one-sided in such a way that it starts a certain type of arguments. I've always identified as polyamorous. So the things that I'm enjoying, the things that I like to engage in and practice, I can assume likewise they would like these same type of things in their life. So when they're out doing them, like they ain't getting no flack from me. It ain't no smoke from me. Shit, I see you out with your dude or something. Hey, if you want me to shut the fuck up and look the other way, shit, I play my role. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If it's cool for me to come up and speak, what's up, famo? You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be all a buck. But just trying to have them all worship me and my beliefs and my ideologies. Meanwhile, I'm ignoring their needs.
Right.
I ain't I ain't figured out. I'm not even interested in that for one, but I ain't even figured out how I could even possibly make that work.
Yeah, that's like some manipulation shit, man. And at the end of this shit, man, she got to choose me. She got to choose this situation. She got to want it, and that door unlocked from it locked from the inside.
Hmm.
She can unlock it and walk out at any time. It got to be a choice. And 9 out of 10, if we talking about it, and like you said, we meet girls that like I
Okay,
really like
let me ask you.
just
This,
be a
this is a
part
real
of that.
question, Mr. O. This is a real quick.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, so Mr. O and Big Hev, do you have sister wives? Right. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Would y'all ever be brother husbands?
What is that?
Brother
Well, I
husbands, where
mean,
basically woman, yeah, sharing a woman, and she's like, okay, I share both. That's like brother husbands.
well, so more or less, I've had cribs throughout the years with my big brother, and more often than not, we dating all of these women simultaneously. Some are a little more attached to him, some are a little more attached to me. But we've had a crib where it's 5, 6 women in there at one time. I ain't finna act like I got the libido to keep this house rocking. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So shit, I'm tagging niggas in every chance I get. You know what I'm saying? Low key. That's
You
how me and
crazy.
O hit it off. You know what I'm
You
saying? We
invite me
Right.
to the
we at
crib
the
first
club
day I
kicking it one night, and I'm with 3 of my girlfriends, and shit, he happened to have nobody with him. I'm like, look, no homo, but I need you to bring that dick back to the crib tonight. I'm tagging
Man,
you in, nigga.
that's a different
I'm
vibration.
tagging you in, baby. I need your
Right.
help. Shit.
Right.
I
So,
had
you
action the
know,
first time
you
ever.
Yo,
you come through the
this
crib
is
and
definitely late
let's
night with Play Perspective. This is definitely
man,
late night.
let's keep it all player. Let's keep it all respectful. But these bitches need more dick than I got to offer.
Right.
Shit, you have at it.
So if
That's
somebody
true.
says this a Texas thing. Frida says this is it like is it like a Houston, Dallas, Austin, Texas thing where it's more acceptable? Like it's
Nah,
like a
far
Bay Area is
from
more
it.
acceptable. Okay.
The average dude I meet here in Houston is too self-absorbed to allow any type of dynamic like this. You know what I'm
He's not
saying? Me and
comfortable.
my brother are real specific to each other.
Right.
I've tried to welcome and invite lots of dudes in my life, and they either on some funny style shit or trying to one up a nigga, or it's some ego clout chasing type shit. Like O is one of the few outsiders I was able to welcome into my life, and he was able to enhance what I had and what I was doing.
Right. Okay. Okay. So basically it's 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 a community thing. It can't be one man have everybody. It's more so the crew. The crew gotta win.
I just think it's a choice by that woman. Like you giving me too much power. Like you'd be surprised how many women are looking for these types of situations. This is a choice that they're making. It just happens to accommodate a lot of the things that I want that sustain me.
Okay,
You
what's the typical profession of these women? Like, what are like? Are you do you get the doctors, or do you get the dancers, or do you get the artists? Do you get the actresses? Do you get the bartenders? Like, what type of women do you, or do you get the military? Like what women? Like, give me a profile of the women that are more in,
all
black
of
women, particularly, or white women that into polyamorous relationships.
yeah, it's definitely not going to be anything like a nurse or anything like that.
Why not?
I just think that there's too much.
Wait, are y'all offended by that question? Miss Creative says something.
Oh,
I
the
don't.
both ways
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
No,
I don't.
ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Everybody said that,
ma'am.
but I don't think so. I don't think so at all. All
No,
right.
ma'am. To answer the all types question, I've
Thank
definitely
you.
had women from all walks of life participate and have their fun with things. Just most people in that's entrenched in everyday society, they have too many eyes watching them. They have too many judgments going on. So if a woman's um put in the work to become a doctor, she probably has a lot of family and friends looking at her and judging her and expecting her to be a certain type of way. So they tend to be afraid of even exploring these type of ideas. But what happens more often than not is people, shit, men and women, come into my life and they're curious, or they've always had an interest in and never got to engage in these things. One of my funniest stories, one of my little homegirls, she was a beautician.
Mhm.
She had, been like the matriarch in her house. Like, she was kind of running her household for the longest.
Mhm.
Her dude, stand-up dude, not to take anything from him, but he just wasn't the leader of the household. You know what I'm saying? He always kind of just followed her lead, and whatever she was putting down, and she always instilled in him she could never have eyes for nobody else.
Right.
um Lo and behold, he finds out that she been fooling around with me, and I happened to meet him on some other shit, like he sold weed or whatever. So I was grabbing a bag from him, and one day the conversation sparked, like, you know what I'm saying, when can I come around? I'm like, bro, you can come around anytime.
Mm.
So meanwhile, his girl been coming to the crib having her way. She doing whatever she want to do with who she want to do, and it's no holds barred. So bro come through, and she trying to speak for him every time any opportunity or situation come up. She's like, oh no, he's not into that. He only woman he could have eyes for is me, and he wouldn't want to touch none of the girls here, and da 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 da. And the opportunity was presented to him for him to have fun with one of the ladies, and he dove in. You should have seen her little heart breaking. She was over there just, you eating it too good.
Wow.
And like, that's kind of the reality of it. Is we're afraid of the truth. We're afraid to be ourselves when it comes to openness and understanding, because we've conditioned one another to move a certain way and act a certain way in order to show that they really love us and prove that they really about us, when in our actuality they was both able to have fun that night and go back home to each other. And if they was honest with each other, there wasn't no smoke after that.
Mm. Mm.
Look what she say. What nurse doctors y'all meeting? The ones I know, if freaks in NYC, I had to end the date because the doctor was way too freaky for me. Yeah,
That's a
you
fact.
gonna,
That's a
you gonna
fact.
have them
Hey,
come
I
through,
mean, I imagine that, but that was probably a one-on-one scenario. She
right?
didn't bring
It's
her
not,
buddy to the
it's
crib.
not sustainable. Like they'll come and have some fun, but we talking about having somebody that's gonna be sustainable in your life. Not one of those with a lot of eyes and judgment, and they live in a world where they got to conform to a certain type of lifestyle. You know, because
Um.
of image.
Okay. So let's give us a starter's kit, right? What's a starter's kit? A young man, 25 years old. What type of income? What type of value should he have if he wants to entertain polyamory?
One more time. What type of
Well,
what
let's
should
give
he
a
have?
start. Let's give a young player a starter's kit. Say you're about to write a book or do a movie or documentary or workshops. Then these are the five things you need to have to be able to handle multiple women.
Well, it's as simple as having one thing, and that's honest.
Woo.
If you can be honest and open out the gate with a woman that's interested in you, 9 times out of 10, she's going to explore what it takes to maintain a dude like you. And likewise, you're probably going to be open to seeing what it takes to keep a woman like her around. I mean,
Right.
that's gonna be standard in any relationship. So the only thing that's different about my lifestyle and the dude that's next to me is he was so intimidated by losing Shorty that he told her what she wanted to hear. I was like, shit, I can't keep what ain't mine anyway, so I'm gonna throw it out there. So just like he did what it took to keep Shorty, I ran through 10 and 20 and 30 of shorties because I didn't have no interest in hiding who I am and how I'm gonna live.
Okay. Honesty is the first thing. Of the 5 things you need to live this life, honesty. All right. What's number 2? That you think is most important? Shout out to M3, baby.
What's up, King? What's up, O? Health?
What's going on,
community?
Wait.
We
We had something today? We had a half the show today? No, right?
Oh, wait, you asking me, King?
Yeah.
Yeah. We having a show like at 8. But it was my bad because I forgot to send it to you on the community tab.
Right. But you have it, right?
Yeah. But at 8 o'clock though.
No, we at 11. It's at 11.
It's 11. 8 is 11.
Oh, your time?
Oh, my time, 11. So
I guess so.
We could end this and go over there.
Yeah. No rush, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, you never sent me the thumbnail. That's why I'm like, oh.
I know. I forgot, man. That was my bad on that one, man.
Okay.
So next time though, but yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna take the next one. 5 things if you want to have to be a player starter kit, I guess. One, you got to be the truth, like he said. And I said the next thing would have to be a plan. You definitely have to have a plan. You'd have to have a plan for what you're gonna do and how things are gonna go, and do what you say you're gonna do. So that would be the next one, I would think.
Okay, honesty, plan. All right, what's number 3 that you need?
You don't have to be well-to-do. Ain't nobody checking for a broke nigga.
Okay,
you gonna need a coin or two.
But what is that? Give me like a numerical value to that. Like give me a number.
Well, I think people
you gotta
make
be 6 figure. You gotta be 6 figure.
Different. People make finances look different, but if you can keep yourself up, you got your crib, you got your little whip, you can afford a date or two. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be able to maintain.
I'm saying our market in Texas, you $8,000 a month, 6. Maybe you can get by if you make it look a certain way.
I done went many a month without making $8,000. So, and I've been living like this since I was 19.
Well, would you say 5 or?
Well, $8,000 a month is like $100K.
Man, you heard me.
Yeah.
In Houston, you could get by with that. I mean, you could you could do enough to get by with that. Is that a good number?
I don't know, man, because I like I said, I've been living like this since 19, and I know damn well I wasn't making $4,000 a month at 19.
Right.
We're trying to give them an actual number for a guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It ain't no number. You got to be able to maintain. Like a lot of hustlers live hand to mouth.
Which brings me to my 4th point, because it all amounts about you being the master of what tools that you have to work with. Whatever your tools are going to be some of your strengths that you're going to have to master. You got the good looks, you can use that to get a woman to. We're talking about the catch hand with the tools. And then also being sustainable is about perfecting those tools to get the most out of it. So whether it be your conversation, whether it be your looks, whether it be your money, but you do have to have a little money to provide a certain type of comfortable lifestyle. Because not too many girls you're going to find that's going to want to thug it out with you from the jump.
Well, I believe so, because when you're dating like multiple women, especially at the same time, you got to have some type of financial stability. I mean, you ain't gotta have all the money in the world. It's just how you spend your money. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Right. So all right. So we got honesty, we got a plan, and you got to be well to do. Means within your means, you got to be able to have a nice place to live. Maybe a car, depending on your city, but your threads got to be on point, right?
Your tools got to be sharp. You got to have sharp tools.
What's number 4? What's number 4?
I got one.
Charisma.
Oh, what?
I got one.
I think charisma is important.
I think you got to stand on your word, man.
Yeah, we said
you got to be standing on your word.
That was number 1.
You can't be flip-flopping. Now, honesty is one thing.
Okay. Doing what you say you're gonna do is
you gotta be strong in what you do. If you being about what you are, you can't be flip-flopping, sometimey. Women are about men that's really assertive and really on it.
So you said that before.
Flipping through it.
Yeah.
But what he means is like you gotta be like committed on your word. Like you could tell the truth,
right?
But But once you say what you're gonna do, you stand on it, even during the test of times. That's
Right.
what community is
Say what
saying.
you will never do. If you say you will never do something and she catch you doing that,
That breaks the trust.
That builds trust.
I mean, to
That
add to
brings
that,
things,
firm in belief.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So a
You
man
can't
that
be
stand on
stepping
his
on your
word,
toes when it's her turn to do her, and now you got your foot in your mouth because you all hot and huffed up in the chest. You
in the
done
chest
seen her
now.
kiss somebody else, and now
Yeah,
you
you
ready
know
to
what
blow
I'm
the
saying?
world up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who you are, you gotta be who you are. If you got
Yeah.
this and you being this person, you gotta be that person. You can't be flipping around, becoming some other person, you this and you that. You gotta stand on who you are, be who you are, and stand on your word and the things that you're saying.
or she'll be gone.
Yeah, there ain't nothing worse than lying to yourself.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
accountability. That's accountability then. So we got honesty.
Okay.
We got plan.
Charisma.
We got well to do. We got accountability. The last thing
Okay.
that a person needs to know to have a successful polyamorous relationship. What's
For
the
sure.
last thing?
Well,
What's the
community. Oh,
last thing?
sorry.
We need
Community
five. We need
said.
five.
Well, community said like charisma. So I'm thinking like you got to
No,
have
Why
that
charisma?
mouthpiece.
Said charisma.
I said
You
that.
said all right.
I
Okay.
said that. I said that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But
okay.
why
My fault.
charisma is so important?
Why? Yeah.
Because
that's
like
one of the aspects of getting a woman is to charm her, man, in order to disarm her to get her to do what you want her to do, for her to even follow you. Because
Man.
she's already gonna walk up with a guard up. So you gotta be able to penetrate those walls without demand or aggression. You got to be
Yeah.
charming. You got to be comfortable with the man that you are.
But some people are not like that though. Some guys is really like strong and
If
shorty
you
just
don't,
on him and she on his
Let me go
body
use the,
like that. He not
let me go
even
use
like
the
that.
restroom.
if you don't believe in who
You know
you
what I'm saying?
are, you can't get her to believe in who you are. You got to believe. If you don't believe it, how you expect her to believe it?
That's true.
It's all about like the energy. You want that energy to connect with you. That's how you get the person aligned to you. You know what I mean? You find a like-minded person so your energy can match with each other, and then that enhances your charisma.
man.
But you do have to believe in yourself and your ability of what you can do.
And
I
then
think
you,
confidence. I take confidence over charisma.
yeah, for sure.
Confidence is key, man. Because you know what I'm saying? Even that
Mhm.
come across like all kinds of things. Sometimes a guy might not have that girls, but him just he's so confident in himself that might just get him a girl or might get him multiple girls because he's just so confident of like, nah, I'm good. And he's not thirsty. He just confident in himself. And that sometimes just attract women to come to him. And he not saying nothing. He be like, I don't know what I do. I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the women coming to him, he probably got a little look of whatever he got. But sometimes, so people got different ways to attract. You know what I'm saying? Some people do it with the suave and with the some people, I've seen people do it with the brute. Like
I mean,
Well,
it's most dudes just have a nature to themselves that attract women, but they don't be right up in here, and so they can't, you know what I'm saying, keep anything around. You know, like I've seen some dudes that have just amazing opportunities just thrown into their hand, and they be so shaky that they can't hold on to it.
yeah. Well, let me ask you this though, right? Because I get the part as far as with confidence, but then when I hear about confidence, then it makes me think like, okay, well, going back, how do you attain? How do you even get the confidence? Because there's two factors. There's the true confidence that you're really secure with yourself, but then there's fake confidence.
Yeah.
And then if you try and get a true confidence in, because you can't fake your value, women will definitely see that. So how do you get to that level where you're so secure with yourself that you can just block whatever society is telling you about yourself, you know, whatever negativity that comes around you? How do you be comfortable within your own skin?
My big cousin said it a million times when I was growing up. Master your craft.
Okay.
Master your craft. Practice makes perfect. You know what I'm saying? If it takes you a hundred 100 times approaching a female before you get a yes, guess who better be talking to 101 females every chance they get?
I
You
see
know what
what
I'm
you
saying?
mean.
And it's as simple as that. Like there ain't no shortcut for the hard work. And my brother say that all the time. Ain't no shortcut for the hard work. You got to put the work in, and you got to know what you're talking about. That can go back to the confidence thing. That can go to the honesty thing. That can go to the have a plan thing that O was saying.
Yeah.
But at the end of it all, you know what I'm saying? You got to be sure of yourself for sure.
Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of like the same way as if, like, you know, you're going to school, you're taking this test. If you're taking something that you're not familiar with, of course, automatically you're not going to be confident. But when you practice on that and you get through those experiences, and that's how you build yourself up. I like that.
Man, you can't be afraid to fail.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's everything in my life. That's 100%. My whole story is.
We've all got to start somewhere, right?
Sometimes that confidence come from home, man. Sometimes that confidence come from the nest. Yeah. Come from, you know what I mean? How they push you out, go fly. Yeah. Some people gain that epiphany outside. Yeah. Some people gain it through many different ways. You know, but a lot of times just really realizing who you are, really realizing where we come from. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, coming from our community, it's important to get roasted as a kid. That's where that character comes from. You gotta survive a roast session or two.
Oh yeah, that's a
You need some days where you're not feeling your flies, then motherfuckers let you have it. Get that ego broken a couple times. Get that spirit broken.
Tough loving, man. I do have a question to ask you guys then. I don't know if you guys answered this question earlier, but how do you properly? Actually, I wrote in the chat somewhere, but somewhere down the line I said, how do you properly scout or vet some of these women to be, well, I guess what you say, polyamorous material?
Shit, I'm moving on the fly most of the time. I see you in the mall, I see you in the club. I'm getting in your ear, you know what I'm saying? And if you like what I'm talking about, the conversation go continue. If you shoe fly me, shit, I get out your way. But you play in the dirt long enough, you're gonna get dirty. So come on, you keep on listening to me, you gonna be over here after long.
Right. You know what? Okay.
I think it's a misconception that it isn't as desirable as it actually is. What I find is that like a lot of women appreciate the honesty about it because it feels like she had a choice versus feeling like that she got embarrassed, you know. And they're more and they like a lot of women are into women, you know. This is also a truth about the time that we live in now too. So it's more acceptable than you think. You present something by just showing somebody an inside look on your life, and they tend to be curious and maybe want to add value to that in some particular way. But there's definitely a curiosity that already exists.
Exactly, I agree with that. I mean, how often you go to a club, maybe it could be with your lady friend or somebody else that you know, and then you see them dance up with another woman, or sometimes they show over affection, you know, kiss, sit on each other's laps and all that. But then they'll say like, "Well, I don't like women, you know, I like only men."
There are situations where the girls introduce me to a new girl. It isn't always me introducing two girls to one another. Sometimes I'm the new person.
Right.
I mean, it's too easy for men to have their way and ignore the fact that a woman might be interested in some of those same things. Too often a guy will push a woman in my direction because he's so standoffish and closed-minded to her needs as well as his own. He can understand that the women in my life are open to having some fun with him, but then considering his girl having some fun with me, he loses it. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that double standard right there will push her right into my arms and he don't know what to do, you know?
Yeah. Like the insecurities. That's what like a lot of men,
they
do that. Like they push women to me. You know what I'm saying? By their insecurities. They so insecure that they push women away. You know what I'm saying? Or push a woman to another guy or sometimes like that when sometimes she don't even probably feel like she wanted to really do that. So I think it's about them being secure.
That always been like the best feeling though. It's like, like patience comes to, well, sorry, hold on. What's the old saying, like patience or something comes to those who wait or something? You know how you kind of you see what's going to happen, so you just let the person go, test out the waters, grass is greener on the other side type of stuff. You know the old sayings, but you
Yeah,
always know they're going to be coming back somehow,
right.
because that particular guy who they're looking at, who they think like, okay, well, this person's more, I guess, of a higher value in my eyes than you are. Let me go ahead and just test and see what I could get from them. But then you display those type of insecurities, and I think that's when, like, when you stand on your own ground and you just be free of who you are, they're gonna come running back.
I think something that we're overlooking in relationships and dating in general is when you're talking about spending a lifetime with somebody, that's a lot of damn years, you know, and nobody wants to get old and have regrets. And the older we get, every day we wake up and there's something that we feel like we could have more of or experience more of. And the last thing you want that to be is your significant other when you're looking over in the bed and you're like, damn, this motherfucker don't let me do shit. You know
Crazy.
what I'm saying? And that's where that expression, the old ball and chain, come from. You got this weight holding you down and holding you back, and you just want to live. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing out there that you go and have fun and experience and make you forget about the love of your life. If anything, it's gonna make you appreciate them more.
Mhm.
So that's how polyamory became a natural thing for me, because I know that I want the people to grow in my life to grow up with me and be like, damn, we lived it up. We was turned, we was lit, we did our thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no regrets. I don't feel unfulfilled at all in no way, shape, or
Mhm.
form. Like, I had a real life partner and we were on a journey together and we got to enjoy that journey in its entirety. So when you take that stance with your significant other, you start to open up a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, um, that's not even sex. If you go look at the divorce rate, infidelity is not even number one. Cheating ain't the number one thing that's breaking people up. Money is high on the list.
I need
Infidelity is high on the list, but more often, it's just people feeling unfulfilled. They got bored, or you know what I'm saying? They got
Yeah,
tired of
we're missing that
arguing and
void.
disagreeing and trying to fight with somebody that they care about the things that's going to make them happy. It's a lot of single and divorced men out here just because they work too damn much, or they spent too much time with their kids, or you know what I'm saying? They had a significant other that only wanted them to be one thing at all times of the day, and there's nobody on this panel that's one thing at all times of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
especially at the moment where it's like, okay, you get attached and then you tie the knot because you have a certain type of value, but as you grow older, your values change. They differ.
Yeah,
And so the thing is, your value may change, but the other person's value may be something that you're totally against.
see this
So,
irreconcilable
mhm.
differences thing is just a cop out, man. Everybody know when they're not getting what they want from that person. More of embarrassment and deceit and neglect. These are things
Mhm.
that put wedges in between people's relationship. When you gotta lie because you don't know how to tell your woman what you really thinking,
right,
or to get her to do something, or you embarrass her by the way you moving, or you're not attentive to what she need from you mentally. These is driving wedges in between her not wanting to cook for you the way she was, not wanting to go to the gym for you and be pretty for you, and you going outside the house. Like, these are the real reasons you breaking the deal for shit like that. Like, cheating is like a reaction to something else that happened first. It's like you
Mhm.
stop doing this, so I cheated. When you know I wanted this, but you're not being attentive to this, and then you're lying about it, and now I look embarrassed.
right.
Yeah, it's when certain conditions are not met.
I
Yeah,
mean,
They
that
the
ain't
comes
honest
with
about that. They just blamed it on the last thing. No,
Hmm.
what? You
when the
stop.
term cheating is even brought into the equation, that's just a way of saying that everybody wasn't down for what they signed up for. Everybody didn't have the same feelings about this agreement. You
It
was
was
probably settling, or you was deceived, or something of the case. But more realistically, you have more desires, and those desires aren't being met.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's complacency a lot of times. I think you know, when we meet people, it's all these sparks, it's all this attraction, it's all these cool things. It's
That honeymoon phase.
time and it's vibe, right? And I think as we begin to grow with people and closer to people, sometimes we at the same times are growing apart sometimes, right? Sometimes we're not doing the same things when we first met, things like that. You know how you can always talk, chop it up about mad stuff. You talking to her about shorty, she talking to you about guy, all type of thing. Like a word. Y'all talking about different things. Now when y'all get into the situation now, y'all not being able to talk, you find yourself curbing your thoughts, thinking of certain things before you say things. Now things begin to change. I think a lot of times, you know, a lot of things like that leads to these situations too. And that's why I feel like um, we got to always keep re-meeting our partner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like our children. You know what I mean? You meet your child again the next day, they telling you something brand new. You're like, damn, I didn't know they do it. You know what I'm saying? So like every day we got to keep re-meeting our partners or the people that we with. You know what I'm saying? Because we, as human, we get so caught up in patternistic things and we just peg people. Oh, I know you. Yeah, they think you know her. She think you know each other. I think we got to constantly be approaching each other like we're meeting each other. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
we're
call
growing.
it active dating.
Yeah, that's a factor.
You got to be actively dating and pursuing the person that you're with. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Right.
the something I tell every woman that's new to my life. I can't have the same vigor that them dudes at the gas station go have when you get out the car. Them dudes is on it. You the most amazing and most precious jewel and gem that they've ever seen. You ain't nobody up here that can compete with them dudes at the gas station. Look, they go steal your girl every time because they own it. You know what I'm saying? Like her shit don't stink to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be impressive to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves to be flattered and made to feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
And that's something that you want to do your best to keep fresh in your relationships. You know what I'm saying? So like there's a lot of things to consider when you're talking about having a life partner. And most people just want that initial honeymoon phase to be the big kaboom, and then we can let everything else fall by the wayside after that. I got you now. My grandpa used to say it all the time. You got to keep doing the things you did to get her to keep her.
I agree with you, brother.
Yeah.
I agree with you totally.
But man, like I said earlier, you gotta sometimes know what the women need before they even know.
Mm,
When she having a bad day and she's all discombobulated, man, sometimes she just needs you to man some shit
mm,
and know what I need for me. Cause
mm,
she may be about to blow up her whole life based on some situation she been in. I need to know. Let me get her out of this environment and send her to the spa for the day and get her mind off of this. So
mm,
she can reset. So I
mm.
can communicate with her. And then
Yeah,
we can have
I
that
mean, it's nice when you coming home to your break instead of leaving home to get a break.
right.
I like that. Yeah, I like both y'all points. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. I mean, that's the worst when you walking into the crib, you like, God damn, gotta deal with this bitch. It's gonna be a fight and an argument about every little thing, whether it's what you're eating or what you're watching or how you're sleeping or is you texting, you're on the phone too long, you're playing the video game, you didn't work hard enough at work, your check ain't big enough. Like, God damn.
It's supposed to be a place where everybody can reset.
Hey, man, this is a place of solitude.
We all gotta go outside these walls and do a whole lot of navigating to bring back what we need. So we need to come home and be able to reset. It got to be peaceful.
That's a fact. You ain't never
I
lied about
definitely
that.
agree.
You never lied about that.
Yeah, that's the most common thing I hear every man saying on all of these panels is that they need peace at home. And that seems to be the thing that we missing out on the most.
But I'm saying, like, in this though, well, do you think like spirituality could play parts in this like that? Like spirituality as well, like like the women spiritual, some of the women like spiritual are connected spiritually, or do you connect with the women spiritually?
I,
Or is it more
I would like for everybody around me to be in touch with something bigger than themselves.
okay?
If the only thing you look forward to is that person in the mirror, it's going to make you a little shallow and boring at the end of the day. You got to have something outside of yourself that you bow down to. And
Mhm.
for some people, it's going to be religion, it's going to be spirituality, it's zodiacs, it's moon, it's the stars, it's sage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need something that you practicing that's keeping your mind fresh to where you're an open and objective person. Everybody who has a thought and they're like, oh, that's 100% right. I thought it must be true. That's some dangerous shit right there. Just because you think it don't make it true.
Definitely don't. So when I talked to a psychologist, they gave me like 5 things that they would say that are important to you just having a healthy mind state. And outside of getting sunlight every day and having like healthy habits, one of those things was some type of spirituality, some understanding that there's something omnipresent. Now, choosing up a denomination is a whole nother thing. Your outlet is on how you get that is up to you. But none of that is required for what we generally like to call salvation, or for us to be saved, or feel okay to get out into this world. Because you got to get these things, and you got to have healthy people around you.
Mhm.
These things are important to your sanity just to even function in this world that we live in. So having some type of awareness of of something omnipresent or the most high existing is enough to keep everybody just a little bit in check. For their thoughts not to run too rampant and do what's important to maintain sanity.
It's something that grounds you.
Right.
Mhm. Hey, fellas, it's been real, man, but I gotta bounce out real quick. I gotta get ready for my own live stream in the next 30 minutes. But thank you for allowing me to join in.
For sure, for sure.
Salute to you,
All right,
brother.
all right,
Catch you
man.
next
Salute
time,
everyone.
brother. Thank you for your comment.
Nah,
M3,
for sure.
you
All
know,
Most
right,
we
see ya.
definitely.
All
Hey,
right, later, y'all.
hey, anybody ever tell you look like MJG?
he do. He does like, hey, what
Hey,
Wait,
ball?
say that again.
hey,
What
boy.
ball? They coming out hard, man.
Man, dude look just
I mean, like
like
space
MJG.
age pimping right here, man.
Space man, space
He
age.
look just
Mr. MJ.
like
That's my dude. So MJ is my dude. So that's my guy.
you look just like MJG though, man.
On me, every time I see you, I'm like MJG. MJ Chisel.
My guy.
For sure, man.
But all right, man, shit,
All
go
right.
kill it, man. I know y'all got something good going on over there. We'll be over there to tune in.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it, fam. And best in the world's also in the chat too, though. So I'm gonna just switch off to him. Y'all don't mind, but yeah,
All
later,
right.
y'all.
Yeah,
Salute,
Hey,
salute.
Mr. Best.
world.
What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's
What's good?
happening?
What's going on, y'all? You know what I mean? I gotta show some love, man. Oh, I see you got that camera right, dog. I see you. See you in the background with the
It's
camera.
still tweaking a little bit in the back. I don't like how it's tweaking a little bit, but
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah,
you
you soon figure
like
out.
it's
You know, so you
pulsating or something.
oxygen and all of that. You soon crank that. Don't worry about that.
Definitely shout out to you, O. Shout out to Big Hess. One community, dog. Shout out to you, man. We gotta link up, most definitely. You know what I mean? 'Cause I know you one of Brooklyn's finest, like my own. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got linked, dog, for real. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. What's the topic at hand? I got like a few minutes. What's going on?
so we started off with the topic of your what I say your worst nightmare is probably it's actually everything you dreamed of. And then we got this that turned into like women not really knowing what they wanted, and and we showing them something uncommon. And then King started into the polyamory and how to maintain this and how do we acquire this. And then I think now we're at the point of like the qualities of what a man should be to even uh, be acceptable into a woman's eyes. Like, and we listed 5 things on that. I think One was the truth, another was a plan, another was having your weather in somewhat, together as far as like your tools are sharp. You got something going for yourself, monetary wise, and to be able to sustain a certain lifestyle. And then what was the fourth thing?
I don't know. Did King put accountability in there? I think he put some. I
Yeah,
think
we had something to do with being accountable as far as like not only your charisma but confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing as a as a man, and it comes from me living in communities where it was a lot of people. You know what I mean? And me living in communities where there was a small amount of people and I barely seen anybody around. I kind of, I've seen both. I've been in pissy hallways, but I also been in mansions. You know what I mean? So I've seen the both sides of the coin. But with that being said, I think that the biggest thing out of all those things that always stand out the most is your character, no matter where you at. Your character is what's going to carry you, no matter where you at in life. No matter where you live, no matter what's going on, it's always your character. If you got a character that stands up as a man, that's what matters most. And then as a man, I think most men sometimes are afraid to work on their character because they don't want to they don't want to be looked as weak. So they're afraid to go to therapy, or they're afraid to talk to, a big brother or maybe a pastor, a counselor, or whatever to really help them. But as a man, it's always about, or just as a person, period, but especially as a man, because I feel like men are leaders. It's always good to make sure your sword is sharpened. I mean? You always got to sharpen your sword, man. I mean? You always got to sharpen your skills. Like, you can't be afraid of that. I mean? Because when you sharpen your sword, it's only going to make you better. I mean? So you're going to go through pitfalls, you're going to go through ups and downs, but that's a part of, rising up to be at your apex, to be at your best. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's about, man. I mean? I think I will always, like I said, always encourage everybody to get help, but especially for men, get help in all areas. If you don't, man, if your hygiene game ain't strong and you don't know what deodorant to use, you don't know what cologne to get, you know what I mean? You don't know how to use an aftershave, or, you know what I mean? You don't know nothing about, having, the right things to put on your face or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, get that handle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You don't know how to cut your own hair. I mean, just little different things, cutting your nails, just little things. Those little things are important. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because, man, we have a different pH balance, all type of stuff. We got to know what soap to use, different things of that nature. You know what I mean? And body scrubs, if you really want to get really detailed into it, if you're really about your hygiene, manicures and pedicures as well for men, yeah, we could do that too. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to take it to a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? So, your hygiene is important. Even your inner man is even more important. Reading books, meditating, prayer. Like I said, seeking counsel. You know what I mean? Seeking direction. You know what I mean? Because when you first start off as a man, you're thrown in the jungle and they expecting you to lead off top. 18 years old, when you get in the league, you seen LeBron as soon as he was in the league, they was expecting him to lead the whole franchise. They put the whole city on his back at 18. And hell, at 18, I mean, y'all know how it is. 18, you really trying to figure a lot of shit out. You're like, all right, I'm a man now, but what the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Even if you got somebody guiding you, still are trying to figure out what that means for you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, always be seeking direction, always seek correction and help. And then on top of that, stand on your purpose. If you believe in something, stand on it. Stand on it, stand 10 toes down, 10 fingers up, and be willing to go all out for it. You know what I mean? Even to the point of, but yeah, that's my point as far as being a man and having character and integrity. And then I'll say, as far as women, real quick, I'll say this: as far as women, find a woman that is on the same line that you are, or better. You know what I mean? Find a woman that believes in your purpose. If she ain't with your program, with your purpose, then why she's around? She's wasting
Yeah, you said that before, and that always stand out to me, Best.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Time is not to be wasted. You can't get that back. You may can get money back, you know what I mean, if you're fortunate enough. But time, you can't get that back. Once that's gone, it's gone. You know what I mean? So stop wasting time with a woman that's not about your purpose as a man. You're the director, you're the leader. Have somebody that's on your purpose. If she ain't with your purpose, she got to go. You know what I mean? If she's with your purpose, she may, and even here's the thing, we also got to, sometimes a woman could just be a friend. She could be on your purpose, she could just be a friend, and that friend can help you to be greater than whatever you have accomplished. She could just be your friend. You know, sometimes if you bless them, she could be something more. But find somebody that really is on your line, man. Stop trying to make these women into something that they're not. I'm trying to give them things because you think they're gonna change. Like, they ain't gonna change, man. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. She's gonna be who she's gonna be. If she a hoe, she's gonna be a hoe. If she a housewife, she's gonna be a housewife, straight up. You know what I mean? Until she wants to change, and that's really what it is.
I mean, when most people interested in growing, they'll reach out to you in a way to let you know, like, hey, you know, I'm asking for some patience for you to help me grow. But other than that, you know, it has to be something that you can see in them. They are ready and willing to make the changes that they talking about. It's not just talk.
Exactly. You know what I mean? She got to have that humility, man, to want to be on your line. You know what I mean? And she'll tell you, look, I really want to be with you, but I need help in this, I need help in that. You know what I mean? You be like, all right, okay, cool, let's get it done. But if she on that, oh, you can't tell me what to do, and I'm gonna do things my way and all that. Nah, you gotta go, sweetheart. I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, that's not partner activity at all.
Exactly. But yeah, y'all, I just want to shout. Oh, go ahead. I know you.
I just want to ask you, what's one of your favorite books? You mentioned Sharpening Your Stone. What's one of your favorite books?
Ooh, man, I would say one of my favorite books, man, it would be Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. That just popped in my head. Outside, I don't want to say the Bible because a lot of people say the Bible, and the Bible is definitely a good book, a good tool. So is the Quran and Buddhist teachings, if you believe in that. You know what I mean? They all are good tools to help you refine your character if you use it in the most efficient way. But I like Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison because it really shows the Black experience on a whole totality. You know what I mean?
You said Ralph Ellison?
Yeah, Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Or it's either The Invisible Man or Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison.
Okay.
Yeah, that book really shows the Black experience. It's a deep book. And it really shows how we as Black men, how we try, sometimes we try to be too tough, or sometimes we try to fit in too much into a system that's not really for us. You know what I mean? It's a book where it really challenges a mindset of really being balanced and trying to stay balanced as a man of color in this country. It's a real deep book, man. I've read it as a teenager, and it was profound to me, and now I'm reading it as a full grown man. So it's definitely profound to me still now. Most definitely. Another good book too. I don't know what religious base you are, whether you're a Christian or not. It's a book called Wild at Heart. That definitely deals with a lot of masculinity things, man. And it talks about how men, we're supposed to be wild, but logical. You know what I'm saying? And how we're supposed to use our mind, but still be that roaring lion. You know what I mean? Like it's just a deep book, man. It's a real good book. And that one, The Wild at Heart, is by John Eldridge. So yeah, Wild at Heart by John Eldridge. That book is super dope, man.
Wild at Heart. What's that about?
Yeah, Wild at Heart by John Eldridge. That book is fire, man. Fire.
What is it about?
By John Eldridge.
Yeah, what is it about?
Oh, okay. So it's a Christian-based book, and it's basically about how a man is supposed to be in his masculinity, supposed to be that roaring lion, but in that be logical in his thinking. You know what I mean? And understand his relationship between himself, his higher power, and his woman. You know what I mean? It's a full circle book. You know what I mean? And how sometimes we, as men, we chase the wrong things because we're trying to compensate for something, but the things we need to chase and the things we need to factor in, sometimes, you know what I mean, we don't think about it. Sometimes we told we shouldn't be. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes, you ever heard somebody say, oh, why, as a man, oh, why are you so loud? Or, why are you so assertive or whatever? It's like, nah, I'm a man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what comes to church. I'm not mad. I'm just a man. You know what I mean? My voice is radiant. It shakes the ground because it's supposed to. You got to know that you're in my presence. You know what I mean? When that lion coming at you, he ain't gonna come to you and say, oh, how you doing? That lion gonna roar, let you know he here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as a man, let your roar come out, man. Be that lion, but be logical in what you do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, y'all. Much love to y'all, man. I had to show y'all love.
I'm gonna bounce one back
until next
out.
time, yes, sir.
Have you heard of The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday?
Ooh. I have never heard of that, brother. No.
Well, I'm gonna read that first one that you put me up on. Do me one and check that one out. That's the coldest book I done read up as of yet.
Okay, say it again. Tell me again.
The obstacle is the way. Ryan Holiday.
The obstacle is the way. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
It's a book on pragmatism. It talks about pragmatic thinking and how simple it is to accomplish the things that we're trying to accomplish, but we're too in our way. And
Mm,
it's like a lot of common sense thinking, or things that you would think is common sense, but we just happen to overlook because of the human condition.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
So he go there. He really goes there.
mm. I got some more books, but I'll throw that at y'all another time.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
another time.
we
Another
can get a
time.
book reading joint going. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely got to get back on my reading and sharpening the stone, man.
Yeah,
I love to stay with
start
it,
a book club. Like that's something that I've been wanting to do anyway. So we can come in
for
here and
sure.
views, shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be dope,
I'm
man.
with
I'm
that.
down for that. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
We got something like that starting on our network. We have somebody who's a teacher, and we have a few teachers that's on our network, and they want to start doing some educational stuff, and they want to have like book corners and stuff like that. You know, and it's women who want to do these some powerful women, man. You know what I mean? One is an HBCU professor. You know, one is an educator. She's a certified teacher out here in California, out here in Sacramento, and shout out to Jessica and First Lady Tammy. Yeah, they bomb, man. They don't play. You know what I mean? They really on a thing, hard body. They even put me up on certain books as well.
That's
So
dope.
yeah, they powerful, man. But much love, brothers. Let me
Well,
check out.
they asking for the books in the comments if you got time to jot down the couple that we mentioned.
Oh, okay. You want to put in the private chat?
No, in the regular comments they asking for it.
Okay, I got him. I got him.
All right, appreciate you, best.
I definitely love.
You on mute? Oh.
I said while we talking about books, we got to take a minute to shout out King's book.
Oh, for sure.
Love and Life through
I was finna say it.
Yeah, go ahead. We got to plug that.
I was finna say.
What? Why is he laughing?
I can't say it. I can't say it. Oh, King gonna get me if I call it a pamphlet. He gonna get me.
Oh boy, you been not. You stupid. Definitely go check out King's book, man. Get that. While we talking about books, we'll definitely do a review on that. I got it on the way.
Yeah,
I ordered it.
for sure. I'm gonna have to check him out, especially if it's a quick read.
But, all right, man. I guess shit. Everybody gone now.
Yeah.
Out of here and move to the next channel.
Okay. Who we going to holler at? It's on King channel or M?
I don't know. I'm finna go see what's going on in these YouTube streets now. I know Knowledge in it was talking about going live, so M3. So we go check them out.
Well, thank you for everybody tuning in to rock with us.
Yeah,
Be back tomorrow, ain't it?
We're gonna be back, man. We're gonna come in early, open up for the ladies.
Yeah.
With something spicy. So y'all fuck with us.
Yeah, I definitely got to start catching the lady shows.
Yeah. But until next time, man, I'm Mr.O and this is Health, and I'm just living, man.
House of Hustle, motherfucker.
You dig? We out.
We out.